Good day, parents and children. We are now going to look at calculations with decimal fractions. First of all, we're going to add and subtract decimal fractions, and then we will be looking at multiplying and dividing by 10, 100, and 1,000. Right, so let's start with the addition. So what we've got here is the place value table, and then here at the top is the numbers we're going to add together. So use your place value table to fill in the different digits. So the first one is 23,546. So that will be the 2 by the tens and the 3 by the units, comma, and then the 5 by the tenths and the 4 by the hundredths and the 6 by the thousands. And then the next number is 105,5. So the hundred is represented by the 1 and there's no tens and the 5 by the units, comma, 5. Right, so there are no hundreds or thousands here. Then the next number is 5,564. Right, so before we add up, you will notice that there are empty spaces here. So what you can do is you can fill them with a placeholder, a 0. Right? On this side, you don't need to do that really. Okay, so now we're going to add up. Okay. So then we've got 6 plus 0 plus 4, that equals 10, and the 10 goes over. Then 1 plus 4 is 5, plus the 5 plus the 6 is 11. 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 5 is 11, plus 5 is 16. And then we've got 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 5 is 9, plus 5 is 14. And that would be 3, and this is 1. Right, so this just helps us to add accurately, but now we're going to do it without the place value table, and this is where the importance of writing the numbers in the right places comes in. Right, so let's look at the first one. So the first one is 56,12, right? Okay, so now I know where the place of the units and the tens are, and the tenths and the hundredths. So the next number that I'm going to use, I need to make sure that the values that are represented by those different places, that I write the digits in the right places. Right, so the next one is 9,34. So the 9 under the 6, because it's a unit, comma, 34. Right? Then the next number is 205. So 205, comma, 7 in line with the tenths, 1 in line with the hundredths, and then the 5 in line with the thousandths. But now there are no thousands here by the first two numbers, so I'm just going to use a 0 as a placeholder so that I can add up correctly. Right, then we're going to add. I'm going to take my ruler. Okay, so now we've got 0 plus 0 plus 5, that is 5. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 7 is 11. Remember, the comma remains in line with the rest of them. 11, so the 1 goes over, that 10. 1 plus 6 is 7, plus 9 is 16, plus 5 is 21. Then 2 plus 5 is 7. And then I've got a 2 here. So the final answer is 271,175. Right, so let's go on to the next one. Now we're going to subtract. Again, we're going to start with a place value table, and then we're going to do it without it. So the first number is 542,31. So we're going to fill in 5 by the hundreds, 4 by the tens, 2 by the units, comma, 3 by the tenths, and the 1 by the hundredth. Then we've got 145, so 145, then comma, 6 by the tenths, 9 by the hundredths, and the 2 by the thousandths. Right, so we are going to subtract these two numbers from one another. Just want to draw another line here so that you can see where we write the answer. Okay. And then I've got an empty space here, so I can fill that with a 0. So now we're going to start 0 minus 2. You can't do that, so you need to go borrow. So there's nothing left here. I'm taking the 10 and put it here. 10 minus 2 is 8. 0 minus 9, you can't. So this would be taking 1 from the 3, and that will change to 10. 10 minus 9 is 1. So 2 minus 6 is, you can't do that, so you go borrow again. So this is now 1, and that's 12. 12 minus 6 is 6. 1 minus 5, you can't, go borrow again. 11 minus 5 is 6. And 3 minus 4, you can't do that, you borrow again. 13 minus 4 is 9. And then 4 minus 1 is 3. So then your final answer is 396,618. Right, then we go on to the next question. 13,5 minus, and then the 7. Now the 7 is a unit, so it must be in line with the 3. 7, comma, and then I've got 4 in line with the tenths, and then a 9. Right, so then I'm going to use my ruler again. And then in the empty space, I'm going to fill it with a placeholder, the 0. Right, so now I ask myself, 0 minus 9, can't do that. Then I go borrow here, and then I will say 10 minus 9 is 1. 4 minus 4 is 0. 3 minus 7, I can't. I need to go borrow this one. 13 minus 7, and that would be 6. So your final answer is 6,01. Right, then the last section, multiplying and dividing decimal fractions with 10, 100, or 1,000, or and 1,000. Right, so what is important here is to remember that when you multiply, the comma, so you multiply by 10, 100, 1,000, okay? The comma will move, okay? Because the number is getting bigger. Okay, so let's start with the first one. So we are multiplying by 10. So this means that the comma is only going to move one place because there's 1, 0. If you would go and check it, if you use your calculator and you type in 4,521 and you multiply it by 10, you will see your answer will be 45,21 because the comma moved one place to the right. And that's another thing that you need to remember. The comma is going to move to the right and it's going to move one place. Okay, so then your answer will be 45,21. And now the same will happen when you multiply with 100. Remember, you're multiplying, so the comma is going to move to the right. And now it's going to move two places because there are two zeros. Okay, so if I rewrite this number, 0,051 multiply with 100, so it's going to go 1, 2 places. So now the comma is going to be there. So your answer is going to be 5,1. And then here, multiply with 1,000. So there are 1, 2, 3 zeros in the 1,000 is going to go to the right because the number is becoming bigger. So if I rewrite this number, 23,856. So 3 places, 1, 2, 3. So the comma is there now. So this is nothing other than 23,856. Or you could say 23,856,0, but that's not really necessary. Right, so how many places did it move because you multiplied with 1,000? You moved it 3 places. Okay, so now division is just the opposite of that. Instead of going to the right, moving to the right, it's going to move to the left. Okay, so when you divide, the comma will move and now to the left because the number is becoming smaller or getting smaller. Right, so then the arrow is going to point to that side. How many zeros are there? Only one, so it's moving one place. And now it's moving one place back. So one jump, now it is between the 6 and the 5. So this is then 36,552. Right, and then the next one, 85,125 divide by 100. So how many zeros are there? 2 zeros. So how many places will it move back? It will go 2 places back. 1, 2. So then your comma is here now. So the answer is 0,85125. Right, so it moves 2 places back. And then lastly, dividing by the 1,000, 56,4 divide by 1,000. So how many zeros? 1, 2, 3. How many places? 3. 1, 2, 3. Now you see there will be an empty space here in between the comma and the 5. So you just fill it with a 0. And then there will be a 0 in front of the comma as well. So your answer is 0,0564. And it moved 3 places back. Right. Homework. DBE, page 151, number A, B, C, F, G, and H only, and then page 158 to 159. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and have a good day further on.